Alright, you guys, it's high tide here in Oceanside this morning, and this video is going to be about why men should be the ones approaching women. I'm going to tell you why, and why men are not that picky. For one thing, men are not that picky when it comes to feeling attracted to women, because they pretty much see us as beauty objects. And we know this is true because they're very visual. They're the ones who watch porn. Gay men buying gay porn, straight men buying straight porn. And on the dating apps, it's mostly men. And they swipe on almost every woman. They're not very picky. And there's nothing wrong with that. That is how they were designed. Now, men are not beauty objects, okay? And that's why we don't want to approach you, because you're not hot, okay? You're not beautiful. You're not that hot. So we are going to like you based more on your personality. And that's something we can't see right off the bat. We can't see that right off the bat. We get to know your personality through getting to know you over time. Now, there are some men who are naturally hot. They're naturally born lucky, or they have a natural charm and charisma, and they can easily get women. They're the ones that get them on the dating apps. But in general, men are not beauty objects, and women are a lot more selective. So that's why it doesn't make sense for men to say we should approach you, because you're not that hot. Okay? That doesn't mean you can't become hot. So the way it works for women usually is that our interest in a man will grow over time as we get to know him. So he might seem somewhat safe, attractive, a little bit cute, and then his attractiveness will grow on us over time as we get to know him. So woo, I got splashed. Yeah, and that's why men should approach, because you guys are not that picky. Frankly, it. Okay, we might get splashed here, but related to that is that men are also not that picky when it comes to sex. In hookup situations, they'll fuck almost anything that walks. I could be exaggerating, but I have heard a man tell me that if he can't get the girl he wants, who's a 10 out of 10, he will settle for the 4 out of 10. I've never heard a woman say that. Also, in relationships, a man is definitely not as picky as the woman. He can have sex with his wife, even after an argument, even if they're not getting along, even if they haven't connected in a while. But for the woman, it has a lot to do with how she's feeling about the man, how she's feeling about herself. I mean, we're just very different. But even going back to hookups, men are really not that picky. I've seen like different porn scenarios where these women are like, I think they're skanky, and I'm like, I do not want any guy who fucked that to be touching me. But these guys don't care. And they're doing these women bareback. They're not that picky about where their penis goes and if it's safe. I mean, a man has to really value himself and his career prospects to require using a condom in a casual situation. They will prefer no condom. They're not worried about getting a woman pregnant or STDs. In general, you know, a lot of men will pressure women into sex with no condoms. It doesn't benefit the woman at all. Yeah, they'll fuck women that they would never date. They'll go around with no condoms. Men are just not that picky. And I think it's important for us to know these differences, because since women are the gatekeepers of sex, I think that we as women haven't done a very good job of being the gatekeepers. I think that we have done it a lot based on trying to keep up with the pace of men. You know, it's almost like you have a tall person or a short person walking. I'm short, I take small steps, but I've been walking with people who walk very fast, and I don't like it when they walk way ahead of me. Like, it's hard for me to walk at their speed. I can run fast, but I can't walk fast. So, you know, it's really a sign of respect to say, hey, I need to slow down a little bit here. I think that we as women haven't done a very good job, and that's why I'm making this video, is to let you know that guys are not that picky. Just because they fuck you doesn't mean they like you. And since they're not that picky, and they naturally feel natural interest in a lot of women, there's some runners out here, they should be the one having the courage to approach, because their interest is higher, their sex drive is higher, and approach is really based on sexual desire, I think. It's really hard to approach someone unless you have like a strong desire for something from them. Whoa! I really got splashed. That was a good one. Yeah. Woo! Alright, I guess I'm gonna go home and take a hot bath, but yeah, definitely need to have a strong desire, I think, and you guys like me getting splashed? I'm okay, yeah. Glad I didn't drop the phone out of my hand, but I think that it's the sexual desire that's so strong that makes men want to approach. I don't think the desire for a relationship is that strong. But I think women can, of course, say hi to men and stuff, but I think men need to start thinking about, am I the kind of man that a woman would want? Because we're not going to want you based on your beauty. We're not going to want you because we're so anxious to fuck you. And we're not going to just use you for sex. That's the other thing. Men are satisfied with starfish sex. I know, I've talked to men who are like, yeah, my wife just lays there, but it's better than nothing. Or my wife just lays there and I don't like it. But I cannot see a woman ever fucking her husband being like, he just lays there, so I just use him for my pleasure. I just ride his face. I've never heard a woman say that. So it is true that a man's sex drive is higher, and that's why when men stop approaching women, I think we have a huge problem on our hands, because something has gone awry with these men, and maybe that's a good thing because there's something wrong with them. They have automatically eliminated themselves from the dating pool. Incels have auto-eliminated themselves from the dating pool, and that's a good thing. You know? So are women who don't want children. That's another topic I want to talk about. Women who don't have children have something wrong with them too, in my opinion. My channel, my opinion. I am gonna get out of here before I get washed into the ocean. Woo.